First thing, you want to remember for handling your gun, you want to remember the 4 laws. Handgun safety as laid out by the IDPA, which is the International Defense Pistol Association. The 4 laws are: the first law of gun safety, the gun is always loaded. The second law of gun safety, never point the gun at something you're not prepared to destroy. The third law of gun safety, always be prepared. Be sure that your target and what is behind it. The fourth law of gun safety, keep your finger off the trigger until your sights are on the target. With all that said, I'm going to show you how to field strip a pair of Ordanace high cap P18.9. First, you want to start by taking the clip out, making sure that the chamber is clear. There's nothing in the gun. Once you've done that, you want to start by taking this plunger, pushing it in. It's hard on this one because I haven't done it that often. This is the second time I've field stripped this particular gun. It's pretty new. So you want to take that plunger, push it in. Spin your barrel lock around. Now when you're taking this plunger out, you want to be real careful. It's under a lot of pressure. Take the plunger out. The spring should pull right out. After that's done, you can take your barrel lock out. You spin it the opposite way, and it should pop right out. See that little groove? That little groove right there. I'm just going to show you this. That little groove. That's what locks all that in place. It slides in and locks in. Like so. You spin it the opposite way, it comes out. Take your barrel lock out. You have a little button here on the side, just like the 1911. Take that, you push it. You want to make sure the gun is about that first little notch. Usually helps to take something and push it out. Push it, comes right out. It slides all the way. Your base off of the gun, off of the slide. Now you have this rod, which is this rod, comes out backwards, and then your slides forwards. You gotta put on it, slide it forward. Like so. Comes out. Now you have field strip pair Ordanace 9mm, 18 round capacity, illegal in I believe 2 states, California and I believe it's Massachusetts. Alright, put the gun back together. You want to take your slide, take your barrel back in the slide, like so. Make sure that that's up when it goes into the gun. That little piece right there is what your slide lock goes into, like that. It'll look like something like yay when it's in the gun. Looks something like that. So you want that's sticking up. You put it back together. Alright, so your next steps, you want to take your spring rod, stick it back in with the U shape facing the barrel, resting on the barrel. Slide your pin back up like so. And now you're going to want to lock your barrel in. So you take your barrel lock, slide it in with the groove like so, slide it back, and now you can basically put it back on the gun, line up your groove, like so, slide it back on. Now all you have left to do is to put your spring back in. Make sure that you put the closed end of the spring back onto the plunger rod and the open end facing toward the front of the barrel. Slide that back on the rod inside. So it looks something like that. Take your plunger, the smaller end face toward the front of the barrel and the larger end on top of the spring, like so. Slide it back in. You gotta make sure that the barrel lock is slided over. Push it back in, slide your barrel lock back over. And you want to be really careful doing this because, again, the plunger is under a lot of pressure with the spring. And now that's back together, you can slide that off. And you just want to make sure, I like to make sure that that's like that. Just makes the process easier, putting it back together. Now you see you have a clear hole down there. And what I like to do is go ahead and insert the slide lock partially. Now slide your lock all the way back to the first groove. Slide it up and in. Now your pair of Ordanace is back together again. I just made it wrong. And it should be in working order. Here, clip, load it back in. Now you have a loaded gun. Always make sure that your safety is on. And that's how you field strip a pair of Ordanace. High cap, P18.9. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it was somewhat educational. You can buy a pair of Ordanace. They start around, I believe, $900 for this particular model. I believe this particular model is $950. That's how it's done. I appreciate you watching the video. Stay tuned to this channel for more cool videos from Camo 4x4s.